Hi guys, so I just wanted to give my thoughts on one of Stephen Lett's recent talks about that he gave regarding apostates and, not listening to the voice of strangers. Yeah. Oh man, I love it when they give talks like this because even as a witness, I found I didn't like them. I just found okay, like that didn't really help me, but okay, like whatever. So, anyways, this was a talk where he gave. I'm not sure if it was an assembly or convention or at the annual meeting, but I know it was this year, and he brought out Matthew. He read Matthew 24:45 to 47 about the faithful and discreet slave, and then after that he said, like, don't, he just went into, don't listen to the apostates or the strangers. They'll mislead you. They'll ever, they'll mislead you and just lead you to your death, essentially, like spiritually. Well, when I hear something like that, guys, to me, it's like, yeah, Stephen, I think it's the other way around. Listening to you guys is gonna lead people to their deaths, and that is misleading people. You know, because the governing body are not the faithful and discreet slave, as they claim to be. You gotta remember, they're claiming to be God's channel, and they don't have any proof to back this up. And B, they do have a history of false prophecies and taking scriptures out of context. A good example would be the 144,000. That's the first that comes to my head. And preaching house to house is what the Bible actually says. It does not say anywhere door to door. And, so my thoughts when it comes to the governing body giving talks like this. I hope that's not showing up on the screen. So my mouse, sorry. um, I think we should stop and ask ourselves, like, some important questions. Could it actually be the governing body who is really the evil slave that the scriptures talk about, or just not the faithful slave like they are so convinced that they are? You know? Because, no, like, think about that question. And because, like, are they really, like, because there's, they keep their members under a high control. There's lots of rules. There's lots of restrictions. There's a lot of unlovingness in their shunning apologies. The shunning, like, even when it comes to, especially when it comes to, like, family members. The covering up of child abuse and pedophiles and how they just want your money all the time, but they don't seem to really care about you as a person. I mean, yeah, it sounds like they've reduced the number of hours required for pioneering overall each month compared to when I was a witness, but still, like, they want you back out there now, and apparently, yeah, what did I hear? Like, start a study on the first or second call? Like, wow. Like, you barely know these people you're meeting at the doors. Like, really? They're misleading so many away from God and with a false Bible translation. To me, the false Bible translation, that kind of sums it up right there. You're using that to begin with, that you've twisted around to make it say what you want to say. So, of course, you could throw in there, oh, by the way, we're also the faithful and discreet slave. And another good question I think we should ask ourselves is, why do they want us to fear the voices of strangers? And you know what? It really is. It's because what they teach is not true. So, in a sense, they've got a lot to hide that they don't want their members to find out. Because, they can't back up what they claim, so they have to claim that the apostates are the ones that are twisting things around, and that the apostates are the ones that are the liars. So, what are good examples of what the governing body has twisted around over the years? 1914, 1975, the Trinity, the teaching that there's no hell, and even the definition of the word apostate. According to the governing body, the definition of apostate is a mentally diseased, demon-possessed liar and enemy of God. And what the actual definition of apostate is simply somebody who has left their former religion, who leaves a religion. Like, it's pathetic. The governing body are like really just liars and cowards. I'll say it, cowards. Because, they don't want their members asking questions. They don't want them doing research because they're afraid. And because they're actually the ones that are giving you the wrong information. I like to think of it in this kind of way too, where we're in the information age of the internet, and it's not going away anytime soon. And there's so much info out there available, and like on Jehovah's Witnesses, what they're all about, former members' experiences, like information from every kind of angle. So, I think the governing body has to forbid their members to look in order to stop them from listening to or watching this kind of information. And sometimes I just really just think to myself, how can a Jehovah's Witness sit and watch some of these videos by former Jehovah's Witnesses that has real information, or they read some of the information, whether they watch it or read it, and how can they do that and not wake up? It was because a lot of what they have to say is based on and backed on real literature, real recordings, ex-members experienced, even ones who were former pioneers and elders and Bethel that got really high up. These are to me, I think it should really hit you, there's no denying, they're telling the truth, or even the outside information by scientists or other people that says contrary to what the Watchtower teaches. And it just kind of hits you, man. It really is Watchtower, that governing body. They're the ones lying, and it's just And if I could just kind of speak up for myself too, in the way that former Jehovah's Witnesses here, like me, we're not here to lie to you. I didn't start this channel to continue lying to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to lie and deceive you. That's appears to be what the governing body wants to do, so I'll leave that for them to do. I'm here for, and a lot of other of us former Jehovah's Witnesses, that, like, we've had enough of that. We were in watchtowers ourselves, like, and we freed ourselves from it. Like, we've escaped from all the lies and the deception and all that crap, and we're trying to help people, free other people who are still trapped inside, because their spiritual lives are at stake. And Watchtower is kind of one of those, for some of them at least. It's kind of an invisible cage that you don't really see, because Watchtower in a way is very good at what they do to keep some members trapped and locked inside. And also too, like, I'd like to add, like, come on. I was a Jehovah's Witness for 18 years. You can trust that I'm telling you the truth, and I know what I'm talking about. And that I will always present, like, real facts and information to you guys, because, I've been there too. There was a time that I thought I would never leave, but oh man, it hurts to admit that. Well, embarrassing to admit that. No, sorry. And to really just end this video, I wouldn't feel right to sit here and lie to you guys and continue to tell you guys lies like Jehovah's Witnesses do not have the truth. That's why I don't, like, that's the ultimate thing that would never draw me back in. Like, my channel would just be pointless, and many other former Jehovah's Witnesses channels would just be pointless overall if we were just going to sit here and continue lying to you. So, in conclusion of that video, guys, yeah, look, Stephen Lett and his governing bodies, they're the ones that are lying to you. And they're the voices that you shouldn't be listening to, because they can't back up what they claim. And that's the real bottom line. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.